What is going on, guys? It's Will Kelly with Military Lawn Cuts, and in today's video we are going to be talking about what it takes to build a $500,000 lawn service business. Now, there are three pivotal steps that I want to discuss on the journey from going from 0 to 500,000, and make sure to stick around to the end because there is a bonus section with two pieces that I want to specifically talk to you about if you are on this journey from 0 to 500,000. Let's get into it. So the very first thing that you're going to need to know is going from 0 to 500,000 is going to be very physically demanding on your body, on your mind. There is an enormous amount of physical stress that you're going to have to endure and go through. You're going to bleed, you're going to sweat, and your body and back and ankle and feet and legs and everything is going to hurt on you, okay? But it's really important to know that you will hit a point, sometimes multiple times in your journey, that you are going to feel like, you know what, why am I doing this? You know, this is crazy. I come home physically drained, 12-hour days, 6 days a week, whatever it is. And like in your mind, mentally, you're going to be asking yourself, why am I doing this? And Mike Andes talks about this a lot, but from, I think it's like 100 to probably 300,000, there is he calls it the wilderness. In my words, I call it the valley. Basically, there is a time that you are going through your business that you are not making any more profit because you're having to hire extra people, you're going to need some office people, and you're out there just physically enduring all of this stress. And again, you're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Just keep pushing, keep moving forward. I'll give you a really good example because I've literally hit this point almost every single year in my business of where I literally wake up one day and I'm like, why the heck am I doing this? This is crazy. I am jumping hurdles. My back hurts. My mind is just everywhere. Like, why am I doing this? And Larissa's dad actually used to own an amusement park. And so I called him up one day when I was feeling this way. And I said, hey, I am feeling these emotions right now. Like, what do I do? Like, do I throw the towel in? Do I do this? Do I do that? It just doesn't make sense. And the best advice that he gave me on this subject is, listen, you're already halfway through the summer. You've got all these people and trucks and all this stuff. And mind you, this was in like year 2, okay? So it wasn't really recent per se, but this is in the journey of 0 to 500,000. And he said, look, just get through this season. And when you get to the end of the season, if you feel as though, and you really feel as though in your heart that this is not what you want to do, then make the decision to stop then. But don't do it now. Finish the season, finish strong, push through, power through, wake up the next day, do what you need to do. And that was really good advice because every fall and winter, it gets so smooth. We have our core team, it gets slower, we go down to 3-day work weeks, and life's pretty good. So every spring and summer, when you're going from 0 to 500,000 is going to be brutal, mentally draining, and you're going to ask yourself, why am I even doing this? Keep pushing through. There will come a time where you get past this hump that the physical stress gets lower and decreases to where it starts to become more mentally stressful or financially stressful. So just understand that it's just the season that you're in. It's going to be very physically stressful. Now, number 2, going from 0 to 500,000, everything is a big deal in the business. The first time a customer leaves you a 1-star review, the first time your employee walks off the job and quits, the first time somebody comes to work high for you, everything is going to be insanely massive the first time it happens because you're not used to all of these things happening. And if you understand this before you start that journey and before you start to get punched left and right with these things that are occurring in your business, you can understand and take a step back and say, oh wait, hold on. This is normal in business. I'm just not used to this because I've never done this before. And now that you know that this is going to happen, hopefully you can become a little bit more numb to it and put yourself in a mindset to where, okay, if I had 10 locations instead of just this one that I'm starting, what kind of mindset am I going to have when I have 10 locations? I am going to have somebody come to high probably every once a season, at least with 10 different locations and 5 to 8 different employees at each location. Like, this is going to be normal. So don't massively overreact about things that are happening in your business when it's from 0 to 500,000. It's the first thing that's happening. Embrace it. Try to control your emotions to where you're not this crazy emotionally roller coaster type person. Mike Andes has another recommendation that I've learned from him is have lower highs and higher lows through having a more stability mindset will absolutely get you through up to 500,000 in your business. Number 3, this is really, really big. When you are just starting out your business, education is key, okay? What you're doing right now, watching this YouTube video and educating yourself, free education, continue to do that. Do not stop. I do this every single day. I'm buying not every day I'm buying courses, but I still buy courses. I still watch YouTube channels. I still read about tax, wealth strategies. I am constantly learning, even at 2 locations right now, where one of them is doing 630,000 in revenue, and we have hopes to open a second and third. Like we want to keep growing, and to get to where we want to go, I need to reach out to people that are where I want to be. So do not stop the education aspect. And in this beginning phase, if you can build a foundation of consistently educating yourself every day, every week, just get 1% better, just even a 0.5%. Wake up, read 1 page. Wake up, watch 1 YouTube video. Do something to get better, and you will find yourself getting to 500,000, and it'll just be a matter of time. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 that was 3A, 3B is fail fast. Too often, too many times, I see entrepreneurs just starting out their business and they get in this analysis paralysis process of like, oh, I'm still trying to figure out my logo. Oh, do I need business insurance? Oh, do I need an LLC? Just get out there and do it. Fail as fast as you can. Oh, how do I mow this lawn? Literally do the first cut for free so you can figure out how long it takes. Like, just because you're not going to be that good at it, just fail. If the faster you fail, the faster you'll get up to a 500,000. I promise you. Let me say that again because I think this needs to sink in. The faster you fail, the faster you make more mistakes, the faster you're going to learn, the faster you're going to reflect on those mistakes, and the faster you're going to get better and get you to 500,000. All right. Bonus time. Hey guys, wanted to take a quick second here. So I don't ask or promote anything on this channel or sell anything directly to you guys. I provide this value completely free to you, and hopefully it helps grow and achieve greater success in your business. But what I wanted to ask from you is if you could click that subscribe button and share this video with someone, an entrepreneur in the lawn care industry that you feel could benefit from this content. More importantly, it may change someone's future. We'll see you guys here in a bit. All right, number 1 in the bonus section. Thanks for sticking around to the bonus section. This is going to be super valuable for you guys. So what I want to talk about is when you're going from 0 to 500,000, there is one moment that is the biggest grind, the biggest pain point in your business. And I'm going to explain to you exactly where it's at. It is going from $100,000 to $250,000. This is the biggest, hardest hurdle that you are going to face in your business. Now, let me explain to you why. typically one man, which is typically you, you're a solo operator, can do around $100,000 in revenue. It depends on the services. Sometimes it's $75,000, sometimes it's $150,000. But generally speaking, around $100,000 is how much one individual can pull in for a business. Now, when this transition happens, what's happening here is you have to start to duplicate yourself. You can't physically do all of this workload to get to 200 to 250,000. You just can't. You need to hire somebody and start to sell their time for the business per se, okay? Now, this is what I want to talk to you about, okay? That every entrepreneur in this mode right here is going to face. Now, let me explain this to you, and I'm going to use mowing because that's the type of business that we're in. A lot of times, 4 or 5 days a week, one guy, okay, let me draw my stick figures here. One guy can do roughly 12 lawns. For the size lawns that we do, one guy can do 12. Now, if you have 2 guys in a truck, you probably could get 24 out of them if this doubled, but the problem is you have a little bit of inefficiency because one guy is still going to be blowing and the other guy is going to be kind of waiting around. So you do lose some efficiency. So let's just call this 20 lawns. Okay? 20 lawns, 2 guys can do. Now, here's why this right here is the hardest. Because when you start to grow and scale, you're going to start to build out a route for 20 lawns. If you go out and hire one dude or another guy, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, him and I are gonna crush this route and be done by 10 a.m. with only 12 lawns. I need to go pack the house on the schedule and get 20. That's great. That's a good mindset, and I would probably recommend some of that to approach it that way. However, let me explain to you what happens. Joe, we'll just call them Joe and John, okay? You could be Joe, you hire John, right? John calls in on Tuesday and says, I'm sick, Will, I can't come in. Now, all of a sudden, you have one guy, John's gone, or better yet, he just ghosts you, because we've had that a few times. There's no way he's going to do 20 lawns. There's just no way. It physically is not going, and if he does, he probably will not be there the next day to produce, okay? And if you are, you're going to hit that physical stress very quickly, and it's going to smack you very, very quickly. So, with all of this being said, what I would recommend is shooting for about a 75% workload efficiency, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means if I have Joe and John that can do 20 lawns in a day, I am not going to book the schedule 20 lawns 5 days a week. Why? Because that would be 100% efficiency. That would be if everybody showed up, nobody was ever sick, nobody was ever on vacation, nobody was ever quit. It's not real. Saying that the truck's never going to break down, all of that stuff is going to happen. So you have to leave room for error and margin in your schedule. So instead of booking it 20, I personally would book this at 15 max. 15 lawns. I don't care if they get done at 2 p.m. and they get off early. Good. Go home, get some rest. I need you here tomorrow, drink some water, right? Also, if John calls off and you have only 15 lawns, this one guy who used to be able to do 12 might actually be able to do an extra 3. This used to be his max capacity, but if he puts it in his mindset, hey, John's not here, I'm going to power through today, he might actually be able to do 15 lawns and be here the next day and be able to produce. You don't want to drain all of his energy by trying to pack the house with 20 lawns and John not showing up, because it's going to happen. So book your schedules at 75%, and that will help you very, very well and serve you well in your journey from $0 to $500,000. All right, bonus number 2. There is a 2-part segment on this bonus number 2. These are, I will tell you, the only things that you need to be focused on to get to 500,000. These are the only 2 things. If you are going from 0 to 500,000, everything else doesn't matter. These are the only 2 things that matter. Number 1, sales and marketing. Sales and marketing is what will drive your business forward. You need to be the one out there knocking on doors, following up with the customers, telling everybody that you know that you own a lawn care business, and your entire email list, your phone list, Facebook groups, Nextdoor, everything that you physically can to reach out and make sales and increase the business. That is what's going to move your needle forward, is the sales and marketing. I'm not going to go too deep into this one, but I'm just at the forefront of your brain. Just know there's 1,000 videos out there. Watch how to get more sales, how to do more marketing, especially in lawn care. I mean, I've done a few videos on that. If you want to check out my channel of the different avenues and different options that you can do, free versus paid, definitely go and check that out. Sales is the only thing that's going to move your needle forward on that. Number 2, the only thing that matters is your close ratio. This is the only number that you need to track. And funny enough, if you look at this correlates with sales. Let me explain. If you go out and do 10 estimates and only 2 of them close, you need to lower your price. If you are going from 0 to 500,000, if you do 10 estimates, 10 quotes, and only 2 book, that's a 20% close ratio. You need to lower your price. If you can lower your price and get that up to 40%, you would essentially be able to double that amount of business, right? That's coming in. So the close ratio is the only thing that matters. I would recommend being above at least 50%. Why? Out of 10 customers, 5 book. Out of 2 people that call you, 1 should book. At least get to 50% at the very least. It would be great if you could get that up a little bit more. Obviously, you don't want to be too cheap, especially if you get to the point where you do have employees. But in the beginning, when you're solo and you're by yourself, the only thing that matters is the close ratio. And if you can get a good, healthy, high percentage of close ratio, then what you can do is you can scale up to your capacity where it's just you yourself, which again is about that 100K mark. And then you can decide to either A, stay there for 6 months, raise your prices to be more profitable, and then be able to pay an employee down the road, or B, just powerhouse through it, which is what we did in our first location. We just kept going. We just kept having a high close ratio, continuing marketing and sales and pumping thousands and thousands of EDM flyers out during the spring rush, the gold rush of the prime opportunity. And that will push you, I promise you, to 500,000. Guys, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, share this with somebody, another entrepreneur that you feel as though may be able to value. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the link below. If you guys want to jump on a free recorded 30-minute coaching call with myself, there's an email in the link below. That is a personal email that I actually check. So you'll be actually asking me. If you don't feel comfortable jumping on the call, shoot me questions. I'll shoot a video for you directly. And all of this is to help the community share the knowledge and help you achieve greater success in your business. We'll see you next time.